It is Thursday. You know what day it is. It's Vapid Thursday. Vapid Thursday. Not a sappy, not a dappy. We still give you some dap though, you know what I'm saying? We can do some dappy for Vapid. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I ain't going that far, bro. What's going on, Big Money?
Nothing much, man.
How you doing?
It's hot out.
Yeah, it's hot.
Hot both inside and outside, looks like.
Well, I got to the point now where I'm like, I don't know what folks thinking. I really don't. I really don't know what they're thinking. As we stated yesterday when we got off the air, Troy Henry, who called in yesterday, had some conversation with us. Had conversation about where he was with this French Quarter contract, and the Supreme Court ruled that the emergency contract portion of this will stay with Ivy Waste, and that the mayor had ruled wrong. I'm not looking to see, who said what, but if you want to comment on it, I say do so if you want to. But I do look at it and say that what we just went through is going to be questioning for a long period of time what this home rule charter is all about. Because a lot of folks don't know that New Orleans is, one of few municipalities in the state of Louisiana that has its own home rule charter, which is supposed to be able to govern us from the aspect of what's best for us.
It allows local government to make decisions for themselves. That's in the best
Yeah,
interest.
you got them up? You got them up?
Try now.
You got 'em
Hello.
up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem that it's working that way.
Yeah. Well, it's not working that way for a number of reasons. But what's the best thing about all of this?
What's that?
It's being played out in the media, in the public. Public gets to see it. They get to see how
I'm gonna do
things.
what I want to do.
Yes.
How I want to do it,
Yes.
and ain't nothing y'all can tell me that was wrong about it in the first place. But I'm gonna
Well, there's a lot you can tell you that's wrong with it. For instance, one thing people can go online and look at the city charter for themselves.
Yep.
Everything's in black and white. And that gives them a better understanding, because he who knows he doesn't need any explanation. But he who doesn't know, there's no explanation that will satisfy him. So go online, read that information, educate yourself, and then you can see the hypocrisies for yourself.
I was surprised. Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I was surprised for a number of reasons. One, how they were able to get it moved so fast. That's
I
one.
didn't get to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that normally takes a healthy time.
Yep. Within
So,
a week.
I found that to be interesting.
Interesting. And you can't tell me that
Mm-hmm.
it can't happen, because we saw it for ourselves that it did happen within a week. I didn't know you could get to the Supreme Court within a week.
Yeah. But it's my understanding that one of the plaintiffs were on the radio today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe Mr. Torres was on today, and he said his piece
This morning
this morning. Exactly.
with Dr. Shante Wyatt and Will, which
Mr.
I talked to
Will.
Will. I saw him earlier this morning, and he was saying, "Look, you get a chance, go back and play some of that conversation," and it also became a shouting match.
There was a little misunderstanding for a second or two. There was a little misunderstanding, but Dr. Wyatt handled it. She handled it very well.
So, what was the misunderstanding?
I think she asked a question that I think touched some sensitivities in Mr. Torres, and he got a little defensive. But she was able to get him back on track.
Oh, let me do that again.
Not only did she get him back on track, but she got everybody in the room. I think everybody within who could hear her voice.
Everybody got.
She got everybody straight.
She got everybody straight. Yeah. Let me do it again. Oh. I just don't see how we're going to go through that and say, okay, this is where we are. This is what we did. Here's what's going on. And if we don't live by the home rule charter,
Yes.
and and we saw what happened where it's been questioned and it was reversed,
Yes.
then where does that leave us now? So anything can be reversed.
And you're absolutely right. This is something that we all need to pay attention to. This is why since you've been gracious enough to allow me to come to this radio station and speak, I've been constantly saying that our local elections are important. We need to pay attention. This is the beginning of what's to come.
Yeah.
First is garbage in the French Quarter,
What's going to be next?
garbage in the airport,
What else?
garbage around the city.
Just garbage.
Yeah, well, we're saying garbage because it illustrates our point, but
right.
I could see it branching out.
To other
Cancer
stuff.
spreads.
Right.
Yeah, cancer spreads.
And I do think that there's going to be some questions of some other contracts. And then again, how about the only contract which are being questioned so far?
Yeah.
Why?
I think for the listeners, if they go back and listen to the interview this morning, I think Mr. Torres made some points. And here's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah,
He
you
spoke.
need to explain that.
Yeah, he spoke from a business standpoint. He said that as a businessman, he's in competition with other business people to secure these contracts, and he wants to win at all cost.
Mm-hmm.
He was asked some tough questions by Dr. White and Mr. Sutton. Similar questions were asked on other radio stations. He said some things there that were totally different than what he said here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have no ill feelings towards Mr.
Right.
Torres.
Right. You're just saying what it is.
Yeah, I'm just speaking as a listener
You're just
myself
speaking truth.
from what I heard. He said some real inflammatory, incendiary things on the other station. He made comments alleging to some misdeeds, some corruption, some unknown meeting that took place. He's making all these comments, casting this negative shadow over
He said it on
Mr.
Fox
Henry.
News, Fox Business as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he pretty much said on this radio station that he's just doing what he needs to do to get what he wants to get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's unfortunate because there's better ways of doing things.
I think we're living in a time though, and some people I got mocked last week. I don't know. Did you see that?
Like the clown?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was a clown.
Neapolitan
Yeah,
wig you
as
had
a matter
on?
of fact, I was about to pull out my sound effects and say, "Homie, don't play that." But
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't worth it to me anyway to give him my platform. My platform is just as big or better than he is. So, so he is just whatever.
Yeah.
But I was saying to myself, it looks
Self.
like that too. It looks like to me that misinformation is just as big or bigger than the truth.
I would dare say since the Honorable Mayor LaToya Cantrell's second term, right? You got to give people respect, right? It's been, let's play this out in the media. Whatever we want to get done, she makes a decision, which she has every right to do. The courts have said it. She's the executive leader of the city.
Right.
And if we don't agree with it, if it doesn't financially benefit us, let's just bombard her with all this negativity, right? And unfortunately, some people go with that.
But I thought, and I can say this, and then we're gonna go to break because I want you to think about this question. Because I thought, that Sidney Torres, was a fan, advocate, friend, business partner to LaToya Cantrell's administration.
Yes.
Think about that for a minute because I want you to answer it.
I'll think about that. Let me leave this with your audience real quick. In politics and government, there's no real friends and there's no real enemies. Everybody's in for themselves.
All right, we'll take the break here. We'll take some telephone calls. 504-582-9422 is the number. We got more coming up in a minute. Jeffrey Vappy is in the building, y'all. More next.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify Black voices and the New Orleans culture.
You're looking for a new ride? Don't waste time. Go see the finance man, Brandon Moore, only at Matt Bowers Ford in Metairie. That's 3724 Veterans Boulevard. Bad credit, no credit, don't sweat it. Brandon works with all types of credit. He'll fight to get you rolling today with quick approvals, friendly service, real results. That's Brandon Moore, Matt Bowers Ford, 3724 Veterans Boulevard.
Come see me and we'll make it happen for you, baby.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor. We're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
Support comes from Satchmo Summerfest, presented by the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund. This friends and family friendly festival takes place on August 2nd and 3rd at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Join the fun for live music, local food vendors, and discuss with Satchmo scholars from noon until 8 p.m. Learn more at satchmosummerfest.org.
Celebration time is here for the Melody Cloud 60-year anniversary in concert style. Sunday, August the 3rd, 3 p.m. at the St. John Educational Building, 2538 Jackson Avenue, New Orleans. Featuring the legendary Rocks of Harmony, the voices of Distinctions of Baton Rouge, the best of singers from Slidell, Jermaine Hawkins and the Harvey Spirituals, Bishop Joseph Carter and the Board, the unstoppable gospel creator. That's not all from Little Rock, Arkansas, the Racer Brothers. You don't want to miss this big gospel concert celebrating the Melody Cloud 60-year anniversary. Sunday, August 3 p.m., 2538 Jackson Avenue. Tickets $25 at the door. Advance tickets, Jackson Quality, 751 North Claiborne Avenue. Don't miss it. God bless you, and we'll see you there.
Somebody sing it over.
Join me, Dr. Jaquil Ross of New Schools for New Orleans for Talk That, NOLA Education. This Monday, we'll be joined by Mardell Early, Mervyn Jackson, and Danielle Allen as they share their stories about educators making all the difference in our schools. Be sure to tune in Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 12:30 a.m. Here we go. The Reality Check on WBOK 12:30 a.m.
Folks.
Moving kind of slow there, brother.
Welcome back. It's Thursday. It's Vapid Thursday, y'all. Vapid Thursday. I don't know. I'm gonna come up with a good name. I just call it that for right now. So
That's cool.
Jeffrey Vappy co-hosting today, and we welcome him back. 504-582-9422 is the number.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Let's go back to what we were talking about here.
Okay.
You said something to wrap it up. You were saying, hey, ain't no friends in politics.
No real friends and no real enemies. Everybody just out for themselves.
And I don't know what the process is. Maybe I need to go back to my contracting days.
Okay.
But I'm looking around and saying, don't you have a contract with the city picking up trash? And you're having a conversation all over the radio about how bad and corrupt, because that was the word that was used, corrupt.
Yeah.
That this process was.
Extremely
Talking
highly
about the administration.
disrespectful, yes.
And you got a contract of most of the city when it comes to trash.
Yes. And here's the thing.
Not you personally. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have a contract.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about.
I think, we know.
Torres.
Anybody listening to this and following this would want people to check him, right?
Right.
We want to put him in his place,
Right.
get all the, but we can't get emotional.
Shut him down.
Yeah.
That was my public enemy.
Yeah. I'm with it. I'm a public enemy fan.
Hey, yeah, boy.
Not only am I a public enemy fan, I've been public enemy number one.
See, you going there. You going there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and you want, because everybody's looking for justice, and this smells and looks like injustice. It's bullying, and people playing politics, and it's at its worst. Not its best. It's at its worst, and it's displayed for everybody to see. you know, and you have to call a duck a duck.
Mhm.
If you go through the process, here's what I find interesting. Let's reverse the roles.
Okay.
This is interesting.
All right.
What if, in another world, Mr. Troy Henry, was in Mr. Torres's position, right? And here he is wanting to extend the life of this contract. Hopefully, he makes the right friends
Mm-hmm.
with the hopes of continuing that contract in another administration. Would all of the things that's going on now still take place? Would people still want their elected leaders to do what's right, even if other elected leaders are trying to circumvent the decision-making power that's clearly stated in the homeroom charter, as you spoke?
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly trying to circumvent that with innuendos of alleged wrongdoing and corruption and the like. Yeah, that's not cool.
I mean, that was defamation in my characterization of it. If somebody's going to tell me that I'm corrupt, and you're trying to make or insinuate that, to put that in, I really do believe that a lot of folks that are sitting in positions of authority that have something and they're listening to these conversations and people are using words to implicate them in wrongdoing,
Yes.
and they don't have any facts, I think you got to open up that door and say, I'll see you in court.
The biggest insult, I mean, that's a direct insult to Mr. Henry and the Honorable Mayor LaToya Cantrell, right? That's a direct insult and assassination to their character.
But just think if that was said.
Yes, but the biggest insult nobody's speaking of is to the citizens of the city.
Right.
They're expecting, right? They're betting on us being emotional and distracted by all the things that's said, because this is one-sided, really.
Mm-hmm.
The only time we hear the other side is when Mr. Henry decides to speak. But for the most part, all of the information is coming out on one side, and it's distorted. It's not true.
Right.
It's incendiary. It's they're accusing people of wrongdoing. It's very disrespectful, and it's not right.
Now, if I was a radio host,
Yes.
that did opposition research,
Okay.
that might have a very thick knowledge of your business practices as well,
Mm-hmm.
as you're having these conversations and you're calling me corrupt, or you're
Yes.
calling my business corrupt, or you're talking bad about my livelihood,
Yes.
would I be wrong in the mudslinging to go back and say, well, let's remember about you? From the time that we started talking about there being waste, I mean, just pure waste that your company was putting down the drain of the public's drainage system after a concert. Let's talk about what's going on in Harvey. I mean, I'm sorry, in Kenner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I invited the Kenner mayor
Mm-hmm.
to come be with us. Of course, his secretary, his executive secretary, said she could not invite him to come because it's still in litigation.
Correct.
But I'm just tired of those folks that want to sit there and point the finger and tell you how bad you are.
Yes.
Stop acting like y'all got a halo on your forehead.
Absolutely.
Because you got problems. You got just as many problems as anybody else. But I do have to look at it as a racial issue, too. It's starting to sound a whole lot like white is right in this entire situation. And that's what's bothering me.
It does have the appearance, but we can't be distracted by that, because here's the thing.
That's not a distraction. That's the truth.
It's blatant.
It could be blatant.
It's
What's wrong
blatant.
with being blatant? Spell it. IT.
It's blatant, but here's the thing, because I don't think any one of the citizens, because they like to say the citizens need this and they're doing this for the citizens. It's not true. Here's the
Man, if
biggest
you get
thing.
paid $8.2 million to have a contract in the city, I would say that the citizens need my help just as much as I need theirs. But I kept asking him. I'll ask Troy. I ask anybody. Do you have a pressure washer that has a golden handle?
Let's take the garbage out. If this wasn't about garbage, right? And then it just comes down to two businessmen trying to negotiate, not trying to bid on a contract to win for their business.
But the bidding has already been done.
The bidding's already been done. And these are two businessmen that are already doing business in the city. Wouldn't it have been better? And I think this is what the citizens would have appreciated. We would have appreciated the two businessmen getting together talking about it without all of this having to go to the media, this one going to his friends for financial help, going to the council.
I disagree.
You don't think so? I think people are trying to say that the mayor is responsible for all of this happening, right?
I disagree.
But she had no play. No, she had no involvement in the process.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Okay. There's more to that, but I'm going to hear what you got to say.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Yeah.
I want you to answer this. If you're a businessman and I'm a businessman and we're competing for the same contract.
Absolutely.
And I did better than you, what I'm going to sit down and talk to you about what? What we got to talk about? We don't have nothing to talk about.
We could.
Hey, man, go get another one.
You could go do that, or you could say, you know what, look, at some point, if you need some help, maybe we can have a gentleman's agreement to work it out together, as opposed to.
I got a sub.
What I'm saying is, there's other options, there's other ways, and you're absolutely correct. But to go,
you see my head shaking?
I see it shaking.
Stay right through the barber here. There you go.
but to go and try to undermine you.
That undermining part
is
right
not.
there.
Yeah, that's.
But undermining you because of. Okay, that's a ... for you to answer.
Because of
what?
Because of what he said this morning on the show.
Because
it's lucrative. It's a lot of money.
I want to undermine you to let you know that you're not in my category. This ain't got nothing to do with the amount of money, the business aspect, my plan being better than yours or whatever. You're not worthy.
Wow.
Of being in the same room with me.
Now, this is great.
I'm better than you.
This is great because right now in this moment, we're going to demonstrate to the citizens of the city how this should work. Well, you know what, Gerard? I disagree. It's not just about race. I think it's more about the lucrativeness of this contract.
All right, 504-582-9422.
And that's how you negotiate and talk, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think that this is anything about the negotiation of this contract or whatever. This has to do with everything about who this think he is coming in here trying to say that he can clean up the French Quarter better than me.
And at the end of the day, if everybody would have went to their respective corners because the process played out, he'd be picking up trash in the French Quarters, and people would forget about all this. It'd be no problem. It'd be over with.
You better than me, bro. You are a true gentleman. I'm gonna give you that. Anybody ever say that you're not? Yeah. They're gonna have to come through me on that.
But look at it, it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. If you were in the French Quarter and you put garbage out, and you come back 2 weeks later still there, now you're upset. And then you hear this rhetoric on the news, and you're like, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, off with their head. So you know
that happened, right?
Yes. But
all right, so your example did happen the same way.
Because it helps fuel the negativeness.
No, because you know what?
Yeah.
Did that same negativeness to say that you can't do, you not worthy of this? I'm in the French Quarter. You need to know exactly what it is because they got tall, they got short buildings. Like I ain't never been in the damn French Quarter with a truck before.
Yeah.
You're talking about the godfather of trash, Mr. Richards, and you're talking about another man that cleans the DDD in the airport.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that you want to sit there and say, oh, because he don't know what he's doing? They did the same thing in the Metro and Richards in the East, across the river, in Mid-City. He did the same thing. This is his M.O. I'm going to crack out the fear of God in you to make you think that you ain't doing it. And attack you, and keep attacking you. Oh, look at the juice that's coming out of those trucks. The juice? You ain't got no juice. Bruh, this is his M.O. You're a good dude. Well, I really do believe that this is his M.O. to make you think that I can't do what you do.
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that part.
That's all. I love you, bro. Just like a play cousin.
Yeah, but this is how people negotiate. This is how people have critical, tough conversations.
But that conversation got to be seen through by these people that's sitting here making judgment.
Yeah.
So like minds are the ones that are making the winners. Okay?
Yeah.
Those like-minded people have the power. They have the stroke. I know how to bring and weaponize the law. This is just like having a bad cop. I don't want to put that on you, but this is like having a bad cop to come and beat you up because of the fact that you that of the color of your skin.
Good point. You're making a very good point. But our citizens, the citizens of New Orleans, need to pay attention, because when your elected officials, business leaders and the like, and anybody involved in this, when their goal is to seek power, they don't care about the people. And when they don't care about the people, so when your local elected officials and business people, right, who make decisions, public and private, when their goal is to gain control and power over something, right, and they no longer care about the people.
So let me ask you
And when
this.
you don't care about the people, it becomes difficult to govern.
Okay. So since you used that analogy, let me bring this up and let me ask you.
Okay.
You really think he care about the people?
No, he cares about what he spoke about this morning, about the lucrative contract. He wants
It's
the
a
money.
lucrative contract. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
People will tell you you're doing a good job, and they'll fight for you.
Yes.
What happens in our community?
Yeah.
How many people in our community, me and your community, where you live and where I live, will do the same?
Absolutely.
No,
won't do the same. You mean won't go to that extent?
Yeah.
Well, that's just it's not.
So
in us.
this ain't about just about the $8.2 million he fighting for the money, but I'm gonna turn it to those folks that are fighting for me to make it look like, hey man, you're doing such a great job. We won't keep you. Come on, bruh.
Yeah. The biggest issue I have with all of this personally, so this is my gripe, right? My gripe is that we all work hard to try to achieve and meet the goals that they set, right? The playing field is set. You only can win if you understand the game. So you learn the game and then you play it. And then the minute you are about to cross the touchdown, you're about to cross the finish line, make a touchdown, then they change the rules.
Right.
This is the biggest.
Or they move the goalpost.
They move the goalpost, change the rules, change the game.
And that's the whole point of my conversation. I had a conversation yesterday with Jeff Thomas, the writer of Black Source Media.
Great article, by the way.
And I asked Jeff, I said, Jeff, we're in a position right now where your first paragraph made me call you. And that was, it is a damaging issue that will now change the home rule charter. And it's going to. Because anytime that I get ready to go to court now, when there's a contract dispute in the city of New Orleans, I'm going to bring up this case.
Oh, you had one judge, I think, that dissented from.
But he didn't have a majority.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, and then we already have issues with people having problems with our government, problems with the criminal justice system. And this is just one more log on the fire of them not really appreciating or respecting, or thinking that they're going to be treated fair. And that's a horrible way to feel.
So let me ask you this. And I have my reasons on why I'm adamant about this part, but
yes,
and it probably is going to break up in different pieces. But I'm asking everybody, how many folks that look like me and you have the opportunity to do this type of work or any other type of work that's going to be lucrative in the $1 million range? How many of us get the opportunity to play big boy with those folks? And it's our dollars.
Yeah,
it's your money. It's my money. It's our tax dollars, but none of us get to play with city government.
Yes.
And we're talking about somebody that don't even live here.
Yes. See, and that is extremely important and significant because government is the biggest employer in this city.
But I learned this part, and I hope that Jimmy Woods don't mind me talking about him, and Mr. Richards as well. See, those men taught me.
Hold up, Mr. Jimmy Woods.
Gerard
better not talk about it. Go ahead.
Jimmy Woods and Alvin Richards taught me something.
Okay.
As Ray Nagin signed that contract for them to get those.
I remember that.
That's when all the hoopla started.
It was a whole lot of controversy.
I never forget my first day meeting them. They came into the Gentile Wood studio, the day they came in to do my show. And Jimmy Woods sat down just as humble as he could be, and he said, man, I just want to thank you. I said, what you talking about? He said, we just want to thank you for having us on. I said, okay. I didn't really understand what he was talking about until we got into the conversation. And Jimmy Woods told me, he said, we needed to let everybody know what we were going to do with picking up the trash and stuff. This was right after Hurricane Katrina, so people was putting stuff out of their house on side the street. Dressers, old wood, carpets, all that, and they couldn't pick it up. They were picking up the trash, not the demolition. And nobody understood the difference between the two. I did because I got my hazmat license. So Jimmy was like, yeah, we can't pick up all of that. We can't put that in the back. I was like, yeah, you can't put that in the back of your dump truck. You create a bomb.
Right.
He said, oh, my God. I said, yeah, you put all that demolition with all them gasolines, oils, dishwashing detergents, and all the other stuff you got under your sink. You put that in the back of that truck and hit that compressor, you're creating a bomb. You're about to blow your boys up.
And people who know, they don't have to be told. But those who don't know
had to be told.
But
here go the part that day.
But
He
you
said,
can't tell them.
Here go the part. Because he said we had to let everybody know, and we tried to take out a $15,000 ad in the Times-Picayune.
Not 1,500. You said 15,000.
Full page ad in Times-Picayune. And they wouldn't let them. How the hell you turn down?
I'm not surprised.
How the hell you turn down? Your job is to get advertisers.
Yeah.
These young men are trying to buy a $15,000 ad to explain what they're doing.
Yes.
And you won't let them do it because you don't want nobody to know.
Exactly.
That let me know
Yeah.
that there's somebody in the media as well that's playing to that shadow government.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we supposed to be the majority. We have to let each other know. I gotta tell you, sometimes, Fap, it's hard sitting in this chair.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I know Gerard likes to say things, and it sounds like I'm being going against it, but it's not true. I do understand. I'm not naive. I'm not ignoring the fact that race does play an issue in these things. I'm just saying that sometimes we can't allow ourselves to be distracted and let it stop there, because it is at times a distraction for other things that's going on. But we're living in the South. Let me share a story with you.
Yeah,
man.
man, how do you
Let me share a story with you.
You need to go on with that one.
I think I said something
Living in
about
the
this
South.
last time. Living in the South, big city in a small state.
Yes,
That's what you're
I'm
trying to
looking
say?
for that book. That's what I'm looking for.
I was a young man. I started working at Harris Casino. Remember when Harris came to New Orleans?
Yep.
Great employer. Got benefits. It was my first real
You
job.
worked at Harris?
I worked at Harris. It was great. It was a wonderful experience.
Now, I'm going to tell you my Harris experience.
Okay. But this experience has to deal with what you're saying as it relates to race. So here I am working at Harris. The new administration comes in. Now they're renegotiating the contract with the city, because the city, Mark wanted more minorities to them to hire more minorities and the like, and all that stuff that was going on. So they shut down the casino and they started the renegotiations, and they moved some of us up to the Canal Place offices. Now I'm a young man. I had to be in my early 20s, mid 20s at this time. I'm in the Canal Place offices, and I'm sitting at a desk and answering phone calls. People were calling in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story, but it's a true story, and I'm not lying when I'm getting ready to say. I'm sitting at that desk as a young man, extremely naive, trying to make the best of what I can. I'm answering that phone, and people are calling in for the sole purpose of complaining about the fact that Harris Casino, right? Well, let me say it the way they say it. Why the
right.
is Harris Casino giving all these black people these jobs?
What?
Now, I thought this was a prank call. I'm like, excuse me, sir? Yeah, I live on St. Charles, and I go to the store, and I'm pulling wrecks to black people in Cadillacs and Mercedes. This shouldn't be going on. I hung up the phone.
He called you back.
Well, he didn't call me back, but I had about 5 more calls like that. And all I'm saying is to simply say is that all the calls were complaints of black people buying cars, buying homes. They didn't like that. I couldn't believe that as a young man. I needed somebody to explain it to me. Why is this an issue? Now, fast forward to now, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm not naive, ladies and gentlemen. I do recognize and understand that sometimes race plays a part in all of this. But now it's gender, because we got a lot more females in positions of authority.
And they're the ones getting the brunt of the criticism.
They're getting the blunt of the criticism, and But some of them are more courageous than some of the men.
Some of them got more balls than all of us. We got to take a break. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight. The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Ken Mass Studios and Lucky Johnson present The Praying Grandma, a stage play at the Cook Theater on Dillard University's campus, Friday, August 8th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, August 9th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Host for the evening will be Dr. Monique Guillory, featuring Lucky Johnson and special guest Alicia Blue Eyes Renee. Come enjoy the family fun on Friday, August 8th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, August 9th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite.com.
Criminals are escaping at will. The jail locks don't work. Our courtrooms are not secure. Our jail is out of control. We need a tough sheriff who can fix it, like Bob Murray.
You know me. I'm Bob Murray. With your vote, I can fix it. Paid for by the community like Bob Murray. Sure. Number 3 on the ballot.
This is Andronica Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
WBOK.
Better pay attention.
Powered by Cox Business. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, we back. Now that was my little Harris story. Just to let you know, I am aware of what's going on. And my host here, Gerard, has a Harris story too. I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, I got a Harris story for you.
It's better than mine?
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's that good. So, when I first moved here,
yes,
one of my first experiences was having a conversation with the mayor at that time, who was Sidney Bartholomew.
Okay.
This is when we still had the River Gate, and they were thinking about tearing it down for the Harris Casino.
Correct.
Because if you remember when it first came in, it was over at Municipal Auditorium.
Absolutely.
So there was a great big old meeting that was going on. I was like, uh-oh, the mayor in trouble. Because all the business people won't meet with the mayor. So he had a meeting with all the business-minded folks. And I think this was more than just, Orleans Parish. I think it was Jefferson Parish and a couple of other parishes. This is when casinos were not here. And we were getting ready to let this land-based casino come in, and they were going to tear down the River Gate to do it. So I went to the meeting. And the grand over at the Hyatt. And I'm in there, I'm like, I don't know nobody. And I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, I'm the only black person up in here. But I was not, I'm just being facetious.
Just lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. And here comes this light-skinned, gray, silver-haired, long brother coming in, tall, looking at everybody. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Shaking hands and kissing babies. He goes up to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your seats. We're going to feed you in just a moment. So the salads had started coming out. They were having all the people delivering all the food. And I'm sitting up in there like, okay, what's getting ready to happen here? Because I didn't know. Sidney Bartholomew walked up to that microphone and he said, I know that a lot of you are not here to congratulate me on anything of the decisions of politics that I have made. And you can hear a murmur. Yeah, that's about right. And he said, I'm not here to shake your hands. I'm not here just to say thank y'all for coming. But I needed to let y'all know that gambling is coming to New Orleans. And for all of you that don't like it, I want to give you the microphone today to tell me of a business that's going to replace our oil bus, because that's when all the oil bus stuff started happening.
I remember vividly.
A business that's going to replace this oil bus. I need one of you to come up to this microphone and tell me what's going to replace it other than this gambling. And he stepped back. You could hear a rat piss on cotton up
Very
there.
telling. Very telling.
Nobody had nothing to say.
Right.
I was like, I like this dude. This dude right here, that's some guts.
Right. And too often people talk about him being a soft man.
He was not soft.
But I mean, it's a tough job, you know.
And nobody came to the microphone. And I was sitting up there, and he was like, "Thank y'all for coming. Enjoy your lunch."
Yes.
And walked out.
Mic drop.
Bitch. Bruh. I was sitting up there. I was like, "That's my boy."
But
I didn't even know his name then.
Here's what I get from that story. And it's it is a good story. It's better than mine, I would even say. What I get from that story is that the people there didn't say anything because I bet you $1 million. They're all business people.
But can I tell you what that reminded me of?
Yeah, tell me what it reminded. I tell you what it.
When we got in COVID.
Oh, same thing. We're going the same way.
And the mayor stood up and said, "Wait a minute, who's asking me to open up the city? The business people of Jefferson Parish." And she said, "The people of Orleans Parish elected me. The city stays closed."
And if she did anything else, then that would have been the talk about why she did that, right?
Bruh, that's when she became TD.
But in that Sidney Bartholomew story, your Harris story, that was better than mine. What I get from that, one thing that stands out is that, and this is what people need to understand when these elections that's coming up. People who are financially healthy, financially well, they can wait out things. Their life is going to go on no matter who's in office, no matter what business comes or doesn't come. All of us who depend on paychecks, all of us who depend on salaries and a way to make money to feed our family, take care of ourselves, we need our elected officials to do just what Sidney did. Stand up, make sure there's a way for people to survive in this city.
But that was a stand-up move that was not popular, and it has become exactly what you said. Everybody wants to be popular now.
Yeah.
I need to be popular with my constituents, not do the right thing for your constituents, but to be popular with your constituents.
And here's the hustle. They want to be popular because they can afford to be popular. Because whether it goes their way or not, they're going to be okay. But if you stand up for what's right and do the right thing, guess what happens? Nobody dies. City doesn't fall off into the Mississippi.
Right.
We still function and we still go on till the next thing happens that they feel threatened. Here's another Harris story I have.
You got another one, bro? Uh-oh. That was my only one. I'm sorry.
I got one more. So, young man at Harris, naive, trying to do the right thing, right? Trying to make my world a better place, the little world that I control, right? I'm sitting at this desk. People are calling. Harris Casino, which is a big conglomerate. They have restaurants, hotels, and the like. They wanted to bring hotels to the city. They wanted to bring hotels, right? And they wanted to bring restaurants. Oh, who the what?
Right.
The restaurant community was not having it. They did not want it.
Right.
And they did everything they could to stop it.
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. And it got ugly.
It got real ugly. The calls are always ugly. I mean, they clean up for the media a little bit, but when they're calling in and telling you what's on their mind, man.
Well, you know, one of the people that I know that can put down some ugly conversation, if you force him to. He's a businessman, and he's got great, etiquette when it comes to doing interviews and stuff. But don't push him. It's Troy.
Yeah. No, Troy speaks well. He's
speaks well.
He's eloquent.
Well,
he gets his point across.
Stanford graduate, of course, it comes out every once in a while, but push him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and don't get it twisted. I don't think Gerard, because I definitely know him myself, but I would speak for Gerard in this case, too. We're not against business people.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I think that there has what is bothering me about this city is when I came here, a DJ by the name of Jeffrey Trepanier.
I remember.
Jeffrey T had this big long Cadillac, with drop top. And I rode with him. He said, man, let me show you the city. And I was riding downtown, and I saw downtown. We saw Canal Street. He took me down Bourbon Street and all this other stuff. And then he said, we're going to ride out to the east. I said, to the what? He said, East New Orleans, over the big canal, over the high rise. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I rode out there with him. And that was my first time that I could say I saw the East at its heyday. Movie theaters, shopping at Dillard's, the Plaza Shopping Center in itself with all the stores in it, all the different, I just thought, wow. And I saw all the nice apartment complexes that if you were somebody, you more than likely lived in New Orleans East.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember those days. I grew up in New Orleans East.
And then it made me really look around again because I got lost in time when I started seeing it going down. And when I saw it go down, I was like, this is the way you really kill a community. This is how you kill a community with the way the folks are using this community. And notice what I said, using this community to say that this is a bad area.
I don't think it's a conspiracy theory to say that if New Orleans East was more invested in, let's say, you wouldn't hear our people out in New Orleans East saying, I'm going to go to Slidell to shop, or I go to this place to shop.
Right.
Because New Orleans East still has the potential.
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If New Orleans East, and there was a development process in New Orleans East, and I said, we're going to have not a big brick Macy's, Target, or any of that, but I need to do individual places where we can have, because now we see shopping happening at individual stores. If you go out on Fremont, New Orleans East, I'm sorry, out in Slidell, you'll see those box stores, but those box stores aren't big box stores. They're in a mall, and that mall is walk in, walk in that store, walk in the store. I can leave out of this store and go into another store, not inside of the mall, but individual. If we started investing in that, started investing in our roads, started investing. I went to Oliver Thomas's Come Eat with Oliver yesterday. I just wanted to see for myself. So I went, and I got to tell you, him and Gary Chambers together, because Gary Chambers hosted it, and he was his host. And I got to tell you, the ideas that Oliver had that came out and spewed out, I said I bet everybody here is invested, because he gave what he wants to do out, and it ain't just talk. It really is not. We gotta take the break. All right, we'll take the break. News is next, y'all. We'll come back. Everybody hold tight.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. Black Senator Cory Booker is accusing his fellow Democrats of being complicit in President Trump's agenda.
If you're as passionate about police as we are, then pass bills out of this body that will help the police officers in Washington, that will help the police officers in Illinois, that will help the police officers in New Jersey.
Booker made the remarks on the Senate floor Tuesday when he objected to a bipartisan motion to pass a package funding law enforcement and said he wanted to change the bills to make sure the funds are equally distributed. The Senate is confirming President Trump's pick to head the CDC. Tuesday, lawmakers voted 51-47 along party lines to confirm Susan Monterez as the agency's new director. And Ralph Lauren is teaming up with Morehouse and Spellman for a limited edition collection. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Man, that went by quick. That was the first hour, second hour of the program. Our co-host on Thursdays, he's back in the building. Jeffrey Vappy is with us. Vap, a lot of conversation off air as well.
Yes.
So, development. What are we seeing here?
Well, what we see is that we need more development.
So one of the conversations yesterday with Oliver Thomas is he said, hey, listen, I don't have any problem with the development that we're seeing, but we're starting to see all the development going to that sliver by the river. All the development when we start seeing neighborhoods, when we're starting to see the housing, when we're starting to see what's going on, that slither by the river is where it seems to be going. But if anybody wanted to really do some development, let's break down New Orleans East. It's got airport. It's got roadways as far as interstates. It's got water. It's got rail. It's got everything that you need to get the capacity of people within a neighborhood. And think about how many people pass through it going downtown or going back to Mississippi or Slidell across the North Shore every single day.
Every day.
And I was sitting there listening to him. I was like, dang, you are right. That's hundreds of thousands of folks. How many people could we count? Not only just on a daily, but on a weekly basis, a monthly basis.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's nothing new.
Right. That's not new.
Yeah. Innovative thinkers, people who are progressive thinkers, and people who wanted to move the city ahead have tried to do that as well. And you have to ask yourself, well, why hasn't it happened?
But when
Who's stopping it?
Right. But when you see the conversation pieces that are happening about that plot or area of land, what do you hear? Negativity.
Negative. You go out there, you
want to know why somebody dumping tires.
Tires, crime, alligators, all kinds of stuff.
All those issues, to me, seem to be a ploy to stop somebody from coming. But that's not the first time we've heard that. That's what we were talking about.
Exactly.
So let's go back.
Let's go back.
All right. You were with and remember a lot of stuff with Ray Nagin.
Yes.
Give me some insight.
Ray had some great innovative plans. I don't know why
everybody
there
thinks
was
you
so
just
much
started
pushback.
being a police officer.
Oh yeah, the police. I'm just a knuckle-dragging police officer.
You've been around for a long time.
Yeah, I can't read.
See the cat slow.
yeah. But he had some real good plans. Plans that I thought they were going to take place because they just were great. I mean, it wasn't just New Orleans East, but since we're talking about New Orleans East, he had some great plans for New Orleans East. And for whatever reason, I mean, he did what a mayor is supposed to do, what I saw, what any mayor is supposed to do. They go out, they court businesses. They travel, first class or not. They go places.
Right.
They meet with people. They tell them the benefits of coming to do business in New Orleans. And they're like, yeah, great, let's do that.
But those people come to town.
They come to town.
And who shot them down?
And then the conversation changes. Man, I can't do business in this city. Everybody got their hand out. This person wants me to pay that. That person wants me to pay that. And they ain't talking about the people in the mayor's office.
Right. And somebody, you want that permit?
That's right.
You want to come do business here?
Right.
You want me to write you up some legislation?
That's right.
Here's how much it costs.
That's right. And I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's what a lot of folks said about the cost of doing business here.
Yes.
Corruption. Now that's where you need to start talking about the corruption.
Right.
The other thing too, let's go back to Mark Morial.
Mark too. Yes.
When Mark was here, one thing, then this is the part I was telling you about. One thing I say Mark did that was a little bit smarter to me than just being the mayor. Mark picked, I think handpicked businesses that were successful, or he said they're going to be successful. And I'll never forget, Mark had a press conference where he was standing outside and he said, I want everybody to see these people standing behind me. He had a whole bunch of them just standing like in a semicircle around him. And he said, these are the future. This is the future. These are the folks that we're going to teach them how to do business with the city of New Orleans. And these folks are going to be the ones that we're going to call the next millionaire class. He made them.
It's comments, it's statements like that that just infuriates a certain group of people in the city that's used to making money.
And I think that's what's going on with Troy.
And it's gonna always be there. And we have leadership in place, and we can't be afraid to stand up for what's right. And there are people that are doing that, but they always get attacked.
Yeah.
When they can't control you, they control how other people see you, and that's when you get all these lies about criminal activity and the like. It's horrible.
So here's the question that I got for you, as well as I have for the listening audience.
Okay.
Name 10 New Orleans residents.
Okay.
African American, men or women, that are multimillionaires because they work here. Name 10.
Because they work in the city?
Because they worked here. Because they built their businesses here. Name 10.
When you say that, there's only one person comes to mind, and that's, I don't even know if I don't know if he's with us any longer, but he used to be the owner of the Dryads Bank. Remember the old Dryads Bank?
Mr. Teamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Yeah. That's what comes to mind. That's it.
All right.
Stuck.
That's it?
That's a wrap.
Come on. Jimmy Woods?
He's a millionaire? Okay.
Richards?
Congratulations.
Alvin Richards?
I think we cousins.
Y'all cousins? But can you name 10, though?
No, I can't. No, I can't.
How about 5?
I can't.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we live in a city that has over 300,000 people in it, and every year from January on through December, that we sit down and hear in our representation of whatever media that they're listening to, of the hundreds of millions of dollars that have come into this city, and we can't name at least 10 people that got rich off the back of our own culture.
That's right.
I don't care if it's Jazz Fest, Mardi Gras, Super Bowl, Sugar Bowl.
I didn't know that our culture bearers in the city weren't getting paid for all those commercials and all these things that they were doing. It wasn't until this mayor stepped up and said
they need to get done and
they
need to
get
develop
paid.
that culture.
Absolutely.
That vote. Let's take this call. James been holding on. What you say, James?
How you doing, James?
Doing, man. What's happening?
Good, bro.
Grand evening. Good evening to y'all. I got you, Gerard. You got Troy. You got Super Cent. You got
She's self-made. She's self-made
You
too.
got Woods. You got what's your boy who owned the McDonald's? And his daughter, I think, starting to get in the game.
Oh, Mr. Coleman. Okay.
Yeah, him. Shoot, boy, you can name them if you think hard enough. You know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
That's not why I called. I was about to say you hit the nail on the head. See, you gotta to order to do business and set business up, you gotta file with the state. And when you get to the state level, you know, your people meet my people, and they talk their talk and walk their walk, and got their hand out before you even come to the city to build in it, before you break ground, before you even meet a developer and formulate a real working plan. So, you know, we got some struggles. I think that Miss Lisa usually call in the daytime and say, look, we almost got Costco out there. But somebody said, no, we got a better spot for you. They was like, no, we don't want that spot. We want out here. So they was like, no. We tell you what, if you put it right here, we'll do X, Y, and Z. And they made the deal so sweet, Costco had to move where they are. So, and then, you know, ain't no secret, bro. I don't care nothing about the mayor personal life, but I think that some things that got in the way, she kind of messed the Target deal up, so that hurt us too. I heard that Target was looking at coming to us too. You might be able to confirm that, brother man, but
you heard
that? I'm just saying.
I understand what he said.
It's Target. Target coming here?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that either.
Yeah, no, it was all over the news till she fooled around and said it. And then they backed out the deal. It was like, man,
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, you let the,
She
you
had,
let the
she had
cat out the
mentioned maybe
bag
she
too
let
soon.
I think
So
she
you
let
know what I'm saying? I ain't, like I
bird out
said,
the
bro.
cage.
I don't. I'm not the one. I don't give a damn about nobody's personal life. You do what you do behind your closed doors. But I do care about the city because, like, I don't want my children to leave here. I do want them to graduate and find and work for an equitable profession in this city, man. Business in this city.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did you say you do or you don't want your
He
kid to
he
leave?
does.
You
He
do-
does.
You
He
want your
does.
kids to
I
leave here?
want them to.
To stay here and work for somebody who's.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All for
look. Pay
themselves,
attention,
you know what
man.
I'm
You're doing
saying?
a great job. Just stay focused.
all-
Pay attention to what's going on, and help your family members or friends, those who seem to not be caring or paying attention. We got to spread the word. You got to get them to pay attention.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I call here so I can holler into the wind. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody listening, bro. People
Keep
gonna
planting
be-
seeds. Keep planting those seeds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, bro. Y'all take it easy.
You too.
All right, James.
Yeah.
So I said that though, Vap. I want you to understand what I said, and I know you understand, but I want to kind of break it down. Why I think that is important. Not those guys that have that economic wealth because of the fact that they've been doing it so long.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to me that we continuously have. I can't keep calling the same folks to get money to run for office because that's what Jimmy Woods and Alvin Richards did.
Mm-hmm.
The economic wealth of trash men was multi-million dollars, and every person in the city would run to them to get them to try to endorse them or give them some type of monies to run for office. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm that person that wants to control what's going on in the city, I need to make sure that a Troy Henry, that a Alvin Richards, a Jimmy Woods, somebody that has that type of money ain't going to be able to support my competitors. I need to make sure that they ain't going to get those $2,500, $5,000, $6,000, $12,000 from the trash man that can afford to write you that check.
Because he's changing the game.
I took away your political power.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that Utno is gone. Because even though they had 10,000 members, they had 4 people per member of Utno in a household. And then Larry and that crew would tell them, hey, this is who we supporting. So everybody go home and tell their members, we going to stand behind this person. Utno said, vote for this one. We took away.
And I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Oh, absolutely something wrong with that.
With it going away.
Yeah, something wrong with
That's
it. Going
something
away.
wrong with that.
Yeah. Boy, you what?
No, I was saying this. I think that was a good practice, and it's a shame that it went away.
Yeah, it went away because they dissolved it. So if I take away your schools and I take away all the people that's running your schools,
that's right,
and I fire all the teachers,
yes,
the union goes away.
That's right.
So who's the next thing I'm gonna work on? I'm gonna start working on the union for the mail carriers. They ain't go away. They had another plan, but they had political power as well, and they still do. But everything that was political back in your day and my day when we was in our 20s, well, maybe when I was in my 20s, I'm just saying. But all that gone.
Yeah.
So the groups that had formed, that had political gain, they were like, wait a minute, hold on. We got somebody that can run for office. The Bold, the Souls, the Lives, all of them, they don't have the same oomph that they had back in the early 90s.
Right.
Or the 80s.
Right.
Because people were listening to them.
That's right.
What happened to our political beliefs? And then it bothers me that we have 8 and 9% people going to vote. When you got over 300,000 folks in the city, and we only got 9% of them that's going to the polls? Why?
This is why it's extremely important that we get it together. Even though we don't have the bold, we have the WBOK reality check that can inform people, the Good Morning Show and the like, all the shows here. We have platforms that can get the information out, right? But think about this. Because you're right, and I agree with everything you said. Those were great mechanisms to get the word out, to help people see, look, you should vote for this one. With that being gone, we see what's happened.
Right.
We have a low voter turnout, and then when people get in office, we get upset.
Right.
Well, you got nobody to blame but yourself.
You think so?
The individuals who don't vote.
But I think too. Now this is something to think about. I think what has happened is that we got lazy because information now gets quicker to me, you, whoever. All I got to do is pick up my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s.
Should be easier, though.
It should be. It should be. But early in the 90s, I had to talk to you.
Yes.
I had to go to the media.
And knock on your door.
They changed up the medias. See, back in the day when I was brought up in the media, because I started being on the radio when I was in the 7th grade in North Carolina.
7th grade?
7th grade.
That's illegal, man.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It probably was, but we had to have a license. We had to have a license.
Uh-huh.
So I studied and I went to school and I got my third class license, and then I went back, studied again, and got my second grade engineering license for putting radio stations on the air. So I put plenty of radio stations on the air as well. But one of the things that we had to do was, I thought I was in the college, and I was like, what I'm taking typing for?
Mm-hmm.
I needed it. Mm-hmm. I couldn't see it back then because all I wanted to do was put the record on and say, yeah, baby, that's it, baby. That's it. It's 20 minutes past the hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your hour of power. That's all I wanted to do.
Right.
Until I understood that I got to read news copy.
That's right.
I gotta write a commercial.
That's right.
I got to do public service announcements.
None of the things you thought you had to do.
None of that.
Didn't even want to.
Didn't.
Was resistant, probably.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You just don't know how many cuss words I learned during that time.
But that's an example of how things work sometimes. Sometimes you got to bring people along. For them to understand the benefits of things.
And then when I did do that, as I got older, I understood that at 10 minutes to the hour, you had the Sheridan Broadcast Network.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would tell you the news.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long it took me to try to find somebody that could do the news here? Because nobody was offering black news until 4-5 years ago. And that was because Obama was still, making his presence felt through a lot of the DEI and a lot of the news information and stuff that was coming through. And then we found out that, okay, cool, we got a black network that's going to tell us the news. But I think that we can also get it a little bit more extensive, black talk shows. Unless we having a black talk show, there ain't none in the city.
Right.
Unless we go, and when I say none in the city, I'm talking about on radio.
Right.
Plenty of people on social media having talk shows, podcasts, and all of that. And I'm not downing anybody. But I'm looking around and saying to myself, what happened to the information, to the people that are my age, your age, that are looking for that information?
Right.
I can't listen to a whole bunch of rap music all day long.
No.
Because it's not doing anything for my soul.
That's right.
I need to know when the next meeting is.
That's right.
I need to know when I can tell my child that this is what we're going to do. I need to make sure that you hear the news, I hear the news, and everybody can show up. I think the problem that we have with people not showing up is that they just don't know.
Absolutely.
They just don't know.
Absolutely. And it only benefits a group that that's already bought and paid for.
Yeah. So you got to take another break? Oh, man, this is going by too quick, bro.
Man, we got a lot to talk about.
More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Operation Hope founder and CEO John Hope Bryant has dedicated his career to empowering people from underserved communities. And he's worried about how the Trump administration's trade policies could impact those very communities.
When you say tariffs to my population, they're thinking about bread prices, egg prices, kitchen top economics, gas prices, you know, how it's going to affect the restaurant, how it's going to affect the part, you know, the car they're buying or the TV that they're buying, because a lot of this stuff has parts from all around the world, and they're smart enough at least to understand that if there's a tax on that the importer is going to have to potentially raise those prices.
Hope says the U.S. economy is powered by consumers, and his goal through Operation Hope is to make sure all Americans have the financial tools they need to thrive and power the economy. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8 amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. NC 23. Select models only.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Don't wait. Call Brandon Moore today at 504-666-6163. He's the finance man at Matt Bowers Ford, 3724 Veterans Boulevard. No credit, bad credit, he'll get you rolling. That's Brandon Moore, 504-666-6163.
Come see me and we'll make it happen.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 1230 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Yikes. Everybody get down.
Boy, y'all like some young teenagers in there.
Oh, you about right.
It's about to be shrapnel all over the place.
It's about to be shrapnel all over the place. Y'all duck over there. So, one of the things, though, that I would go back and have a conversation about, it is the fact that the political atmosphere of New Orleans is stupid. It's stupid. It is undermining. I mean, and even this part, this Khalil Bryant, who was, and I don't know this young man, but he was released from the jail. And I think the sheriff was asked at a forum, do you think that some of this was undermining you or had some type of political? And she said, yeah. Man, they jumped on her. When I tell you the other folks jumped on her, they jumped on her. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through what I think because, people get a little bit antsy when I make comments about
Well, let me say what I think about that, because I paid attention to it. And the Honorable Sheriff Hudson, right? Mm-hmm. She was the elected sheriff of the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Department. Her job is to see to it that the men and women, the the shortage of men and women that she have working there. It's her job to see to it that she has people in place to make sure they do their job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her only primary job is to house people in what she calls the the justice, what she calls it now?
The Justice Center.
Justice Center, right? People don't want to be in jail. It's her job to keep them in jail. And you can't tell me that this is a newly built jail with all its problems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that easy to break out of there. You would have to have some type of help.
You got to have help.
And they keep showing the toilet area.
Right,
And come on, man, I got questions about that. But
you cannot break out of there. You have to have help.
Yeah, come on. But she is the sheriff, and she's doing the best she can with the resources she has. And as sheriff, all she can do is speak to, look, this happened, and I'm handling it.
Mm-hmm.
To keep beating her up about something that was out of her control, to keep nitpicking about times and what people say, it's unnecessary. And the process at the jail, it's my understanding that with this guy being released, which it could happen, and I guarantee it happened before, right? But it went through 7 people before it got there, and I don't think she was working at the jail and signed the paperwork when the guy got released.
And had the keys in her hand.
Yeah, and had the keys in her hand.
So one of the stupidest things, though,
right.
that I'll say, I'll go here, because this has nothing to do with the candidates at all. And I think I would be biased if I started talking about the candidates, because some of them are my friends as well.
Yeah, they're respectable people, some of them.
Right. But one of the things I thought was the stupidest, because I have no respect for this dude. I'm talking about J.P. Morrell.
Okay.
One of the stupidest things that I saw his dumb ass do was to sit there on camera and say, I got the keys.
I found that to be kind
Look at the keys.
Yeah, that was interesting. With everything that's going on, he thought that was a great decision to
make a video.
Yeah, to taunt that he has the keys.
And say, I got the keys to the jail.
My question is, why didn't you bring the keys to the jail?
Why didn't you bring it to the sheriff?
How you get the keys?
Make a telephone call?
How you get the keys, and then why didn't you, if you concerned about the citizen, you're trying to help, why not rush over there with the keys? Go lock a door or two.
Stand guard. You got so much to say about it?
Yeah, go save the
days.
Go
lock a door.
Yeah.
Go lock a door. That's from Ninth Ward. Go lock a door. D.O. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought it was petty.
Which was, in my personal opinion, was more so just childish. It was tabloidish. Instead of trying to make it, as a president of such a powerful organization of the city, what have you really done? Except torment somebody.
Yeah.
Try to find out all the different stuff that you do. Mm-hmm. And what everybody else is doing, please. I thought the city council was supposed to be, I'm the head of a district, and I got 2 other folks that are at large. So every city council person should have 3 people working on it. It's the district council, along with the president and the vice president and their staffs, helping you to make your district better. This is nothing but tormenting folks. This is nothing but dragging them. This has nothing to do. And I can understand why somebody might have said on there, bro, step outside. I said, bro, you don't know me. I went to Booker T. And then he going to come back, you don't know me. I went to something too. And I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Well, in all seriousness.
Where'd he go, though? Where'd he go, bro? Tell him where he went. You know where he went?
In all seriousness,
you
I think
tell
that,
him where he went, bro? You gonna go on?
It should be obvious to anybody that they've created a very toxic environment over there. And it's hypocritical because they're creating the toxic environment.
I went to Country Day, by the way.
But then pointing the fingers at everybody else.
Say, bro, don't be messing with me.
Country Day?
I went to Country Day.
Okay, they tell me that was a preparatory Angola school.
What? I went to Country Day.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, they have created a toxic environment, and it's just riddled with hypocrisy. You're looking at signs that look just like the signs of the current mayor's old signs, And they're taking claim and credit for things that they didn't do, but they're taking credit for it. And listen, everybody is just like Sidney Torres. They are trying to better themselves. They're trying to accomplish the goal. And then we have to take a long, hard look at who are the best candidates for us. Do we want more of the same? Right? But this is a new kind of toxicity. This is a new type of different.
This has become very tabloidish.
It's a problem. It's a problem. They have access to the media. The media is at their beck and call. They will run any story that they want them to. They got people that work on their staff hiding in bushes and trees and trying to get dirt unnecessarily on people. But listen.
They come out the trees.
If that's what they like, if this is what the people like, I
I think people tired of it.
I hope they're tired of it. Because we, and this goes back to the power of voting. We have the opportunity to make a difference. Are we going to allow people to power grab, to take just push us in the forehead? Get out of the way. I'm taking this. We're going to allow that to happen to us?
Yep.
Or we're going to say, you know what? Let me take advantage of this. Let me look at this and see what's what. Okay, I see this. I see that. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And let me do something about it. Let me get my friends and family members, let them see what's going on, take them to the voting polls and vote.
But where are the organizations that are supposed to guard me from this type of crap? Where are the organizations that would stand up in the 70s and 80s and say we're not going to tolerate that in our community?
Well, I think some of them have passed on.
I think some of the folks have. I don't think the organizations have.
Yeah.
I do think that they got to learn how to maybe better pass the torch.
I think we should look forward, though. I think a lot of the young people who are of age to vote, they see what's going on and they don't like it. I think we need to invest more in them.
And then we wonder why our kids don't like listening to the news.
Absolutely.
Because they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. That all the same crap. They're all saying the same thing and doing the same thing.
Saying the same thing, doing the same thing, and it gets us nowhere.
Yeah. Let's take a call. What you say, Cedric?
Hello, how are y'all doing?
Good, man.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, look, I got to call in and say something in reference to this morning. Mr. Torres on this station kind of snapping at Dr. Wyatt, the host, and I want to thank her for representing us well. And if people don't see what's going on, to whereas you got Donald Trump in the United States Supreme Court flip-flopping and doing things, and now we got it here in Louisiana, and it's at the city level. And the city council people, the vice president and the president of the city council, have helped with all of this flip-flopness. And I wish someone better was running against the president of the city council, because he needs to go. He's disrespectful to black women.
Well, let me put something on your radar, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you looked at Pastor Gregory Manning,
yeah,
he's a knowledgeable individual. He's on the ballot. He's an option. He's a choice.
And he ain't an option. He got my vote. But I wish he had more money behind him or whatever, because this dude needs to go. Anytime a black man is disrespectful to black women and he comes from a black woman, something got to go.
Sir,
you know what I mean?
Sir, do you watch TV? You watch movies?
Yes, I do.
Are you familiar with Tropic Thunder?
No, I'm not.
Oh, there's a line in Tropic Thunder, and I think it kind of fits this individual. He's a dude playing a dude, pretending to be another dude.
I caught it. It's like Morris Day in the Time. Oh, Rio. Oh. But you know what? Lastly, what you all said in reference to those keys. If you're going to do a video, why didn't you have a press conference at the sheriff's office with the keys? And y'all are right. Hey, go open up a door. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, indeed. Hey, go open the door.
Nice.
But I just don't understand. Why would you sit there?
Hey, you go.
Maybe we need to call him and just say that. Yeah, let me see. Can I call him? You want me to call him?
Apparently, would you they say hey
Hey
God?
ho,
Oh,
go open the door.
you know what's funny about that? I think that one of our elected officials was singing a song reference to that, right? They said, you know how it go.
Yes, I
They
do.
they don't like that, but you know what? Well, you know what's true about that?
They
song?
don't like us, huh?
Yeah, you know what's true about that
Yeah.
song?
What?
They don't like that.
So I am looking around and saying to myself though, as much as
Self.
as much as we are making light and fun of this,
Well, you gotta add
that we
something.
are in a serious
It's extremely serious.
time.
Absolutely.
And it does appear to me though, Vam, and again I have to state, it's like we can't lead. Like we can't lead. But why?
Man, the stories I could tell you. Because we've had black leadership in the city for over 40 years now, 40 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some demographics are tired of that, tired of sitting on the sidelines. But for us, it's not about keeping people out, because when you become a mayor or a politician, you're the mayor of the city, which is all New Orleanians, and color doesn't matter, shouldn't matter. It only matters, or it only shows itself in situations like this with this garbage contract. Here's a guy who is a professional individual who has the capabilities of carrying the contract out if they give him an opportunity and just quit all this foolishness. He went through the process. He should be allowed to do his job. But we're seeing in real time, and it's being documented, we're seeing in real time that when people don't get their way, they're going to do whatever it takes to get their way, whether it be from your local government, whether it be from your judicial system. If this judge doesn't rule in my favor, I'll go to this judge and get it.
So one of the things,
If you
too,
don't
that-
believe
that-
me, I'll get a citizen to make a complaint.
But a lot of folks have got to look at this as what it is.
Yeah.
To me, it is not about the emergency contract. This is about the continuation of the emergency contract that's going to lead into next year. And then next year, we're going to see whoever the new mayor is.
Mm-hmm.
They're hoping that it's going to be you know who,
Mm-hmm.
that she'll be able to come back and cut up that contract and not accept it, and so they can rebid it.
And we as citizens have to ask ourselves, is this the type of government that we want? One that when they don't have their way, they'll villainize you, they'll
It's like picking up your
defame
ball,
you.
And whenever we outside and you don't like the way we play, I pick up my ball. I pick up
I
my
call
ball
my
and go
friends.
home.
Yep, call my friends at the local media and have them castigate you, tell all kind of lies about you.
All right, let's go to D. D?
Yeah, hi, Gerard. And your guest.
How you doing, sir?
I just had I was thinking about something which you said, how you came up in radio, and it always bothered me that, okay, we've got WBOK, and I'd like to mention another station, WYLD, and because WBOK is on AM, and then you have some AM stations that have moved or they do a simulcast on FM, would that benefit WBOK to reach a wider, younger audience? And has that ever been brought up, or is that something that's doable? Is that a money thing, or?
It's a little bit of both. So let me explain, and follow me now. And if I talk over your head, tell me what that means. Please don't think that I'm trying to educate you in a sense where you ain't gonna understand this. So FM signals and AM signals. AM stands for amplitude modulation. FM stands for frequency modulation. FM is a commodity that we saw in the 1996 FCC document that was signed over by President Clinton for organizations and corporations to be able to buy more than one FM in a marketplace. So what we saw was big money starting to come into the 101 different markets of radio that advertisers would spend the majority of their money, okay? So these conglomerates were often asking even black folks that owned FM radio stations to buy them from him. And they were paying a magnificent amount of money to be able to own these stations. Why? Because we started up something new called duopolies. Duopolies meaning that I now could come into a marketplace and not only own FM 98, I can own FM 98, AM 940, Q93, WQUE AM as well, and I can own the rock station and KNOK and all the rest of those stations. I can own more than one station and have a greater percentage of the marketplace with ratings that was more than 25%. So now, if you want to buy some advertising, I'm going to sell you advertising, not for that one radio station. I'm going to sell you a package of advertising that you're going to be able to advertise on all my stations instead of just one. We, African Americans, couldn't compete because these guys were going to the banks and getting loans and buying stations left and right at one point in time in the early 90s. And then guess what? I started not only buying stations, I started buying companies. So now I own, and I'm the biggest owner of FM radio stations and AM radio stations in the country. Plus, I'm expanding because now I'm adding something else to my conglomerate of portfolios. And that is, I'm a buy outdoor. What's outdoor? When you look up and you see them billboards, look into the bottom of that billboard. You will see the names like Lamar, Outdoor, and then what you'll see is iHeart or Clear Channel, one of those media. So now I own all the AM radio stations, I own all the FM radio stations, and I own all the billboards. You got to come to me to advertise. If you don't, you're going to miss a big percentage of the marketplace.
Wow.
And then guys like me that have that knowledge and all the other guys, there's plenty of guys like me that got plenty of that knowledge, we got left to the side. Guess why? Because I have now invented technology to run radio station. 90% of the people that you listen to on the FM radio station, they're not there. They live in other marketplaces. They have invented a new radio program called Genesis. Genesis pays Vappy to record his breaks that says, hey, this is Jeffrey Vappy, and coming up we're going to be playing so and so. After you do that and record it, you can send that to Oklahoma, and it puts it in the Oklahoma computer. So I got a selected number of announcers that I can send your voice all over the country or overseas if I needed to, just by having the internet. So guess what I don't have to do no more? I don't have to pay you an hourly wage. Because all the voice tracking, that's what it's called, voice tracking, that I need you to do for 4 hours, you can do it in 30 minutes and just send it.
Oh, hold up. Hold up, Gerard. The radio shadow government's looking at you. They're coming in here. They want you to, you're giving away too many secrets here.
Yeah, well, thank you, Gerard. Yeah, I was just trying to think of the young folks, like y'all mentioned, trying to get the word out to them. And I know a lot of younger people, you know, the first thing they do in the car is if they don't have satellite, they'll dial into FM and see what's out there.
Well, what you're getting ready to hear, you get ready to hear this show on FM. I've been told that, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell it or not, but we're going to be on FM pretty soon because Troy does have an FM radio station getting ready to be on air. So
good. Okay, great.
Good enough.
Well, thank you.
Please vote.
Thank you, Gerard.
Appreciate you, boss.
All right, cool.
We're going to take a break. Let's take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back, wrap up the show. More next, right here on WBOK.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris. Former Vice President Kamala Harris has made it official. She is not running for governor of California. She's shut down months of speculation with a statement saying she's focused on the national stage, not Sacramento. After her 2024 loss to Donald Trump, Harris returned home to California, where wildfires, housing issues, Democratic infighting was happening. She seriously considered the governor's race, but ultimately decided her fight was bigger than one state. Harris is eyeing a national advocacy group, a potential book, and a full rebranding in the 2026 midterms. They could have her open for the 2028 presidential run. However, there is some friction. She's still facing heat over Biden's health cover-up claims and her late responses to Trump's power grabs. Even California allies have taken a few swipes at her. Still, her base remains very strong, especially among Gen Z and small dollar donors. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
There is a heated debate nationally and internationally about whether Israel is committing genocide in Palestine in the war against the terrorist group Hamas. I have no clarity on either side of the genocide question, but I'm damn certainly clear about what is not debatable: the intentional killing and starvation of innocent women and children at the hands of Israeli soldiers. Death and hunger in Gaza, according to the World Health Organization, is a man-made disaster since Israeli forces initiated a food aid blockade. Now, don't misunderstand my critique as opposition to Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas. It was Hamas who invaded Israel some 21 months ago in a despicable, barbaric attack, murdering 1,200 Israeli citizens and taking 250 hostages. Wiping out Hamas is totally justifiable. What is not justifiable is the heartless policy employed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to order a food blockade against the starving, homeless Palestinian refugees who have been displaced because of the war. The United Nations says more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces while seeking food aid since late May. Moreover, 2.1 million people are without ample food supply, which includes 900,000 children. Gaza officials report that some 70,000 children are already showing signs of malnutrition. There is no earthly justification under God's Son for such abysmal cruelty. Shame on Netanyahu, who continues to drag his feet on a possible ceasefire while his military leaders refuse to take accountability for the attacks at food distribution centers, insisting they only fired warning shots to keep Hamas at bay. Well, you can put me down in the I'm not convinced column on that explanation. As Big Daddy opined in the play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, sounds like mendacity to me. Even some of Israel's closest allies are beginning to condemn what some human rights advocates are describing as using food deprivation as a weapon. While it may not be genocide, it damn sure is inhumane. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Hoops, Heat, The Truth, on demand. Ball Don't Lie is now live on all podcast platforms. Tap in, search WBOK Media, find Ball Don't Lie, and bring the fire with you wherever you go. Download, share, and leave that 5-star review, because the game doesn't stop when the show ends.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the Whole Water Stove, Pastor David Impartian Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
At New Orleans East Hospital, we believe healthcare should come with heart. Located at 5620 Reed Boulevard, we proudly serve the New Orleans community with compassion, courtesy, and a commitment to excellence. From healing to education, we want to be your trusted healthcare partner that's close to home. New Orleans East Hospital, delivering a culture of healthy care.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
Here we go. The Reality Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Last few minutes here before we call it a Thursday. Don't forget, we got Arnie and Carrie coming up at 6 o'clock today. You're going to shut down all your comments today. Shut your comments down. So
go to 59. Go to 59.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to shut your comments down.
I just put my spectacles away.
Yeah. You got more comments about it? So let me get this, though.
Yeah.
Because we were having conversation off air.
Okay.
Confusion, disarray. Why are we going through that? Why are we going through? And it seems to be piling up right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like somebody just broke out the shovel, mm-hmm. and here's a little disarray and confusion for you. Mm-hmm. But is somebody going to back up the dump truck before it's all over with?
It's toxicity everywhere. People are being disingenuous. What the citizens need to know is, one, our honorable mayor has done nothing wrong. Mr. Troy Henry is a reputable businessman. He's won this contract fair and square. He's being called corrupt by someone who has legitimately been accused of being. Right. Yeah, he's been accused of it. And it's just, people should not allow themselves to just be duped by the distractions and the lies and the disingenuous stuff that's being said.
Oliver Thomas texted me.
Okay.
He said, because I put out that Booker T versus Country Day.
Okay.
He said, no, bro, I went to Lawless and Clark. versus Country Day.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop. Because, they're going to call me about that later on anyway. I don't want to be all the folks out there talking about something. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
This the Country Day class of 2025. We here to beat you.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So, I've been through a lot of campaigns.
Yes, sir.
I've seen a lot of, I guess, the way they turn things around in campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like all the incumbents seem to be taking the heat, the brunt of the heat, and the new folks know politics better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of new blood out here, bro. A lot of new blood out here. And I'm going to tell all the new blood, don't get cut. Thinking your way is better. Because you get cut, you're going to bleed out on the floor. Because I don't think that you're ready for that.
That's right. People have a short time to try to make a difference that will impact our lives positively in either 4 and 8 years if they're lucky. It's a very short time. 8 years is not enough.
Nope.
But we have previous administrations that have laid the groundwork for some great things, right? You can't deny it. Any person coming in and saying that they want to change things is kind of disingenuous.
Yeah, because you're not a change agent.
You're not a change agent unless you're just creating chaos, wreaking havoc, and being disrespectful.
Speaking of that, let me go to this call here because we only got a few more minutes.
Okay.
Will Sutton's on the line with us. Hey, sir.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you?
You the hot topic of the day, huh? You hot boy. You that's hot. I heard hot boy Ronald, but hot boy Will.
Hey, just doing what I do.
So in this morning's conversation, did you feel that the conversation had gone a little awry with what was being said compared to, because Jeffrey Vappy and I were talking about this, and he said what was being said over here was not being what was said at the other places.
That's correct.
I think that's right, based on everything that I've heard, played back, read, and I think that was one of the reasons it was so important for Mr. Torres to come on the WBOK and ask maybe some of the same questions, but worded a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
I thought
to
it was great.
Have the word Kenner included as well. I didn't know that it would be possible, but made an effort and talked with Mr. Torres about why it would be good, because he said, "I'm not so sure about this. Isn't this Troy Henry Station?" I said, "Well, he is one of the stakeholders, one of the owners, but this is a Good Morning show, and
there's a news
reminded
story.
him who I am, and this is hot in the news, and it would be good to hear his voice, and in particular for WBOK listeners to hear his voice."
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was important, and we made it happen. And this was not something that was planned weeks in advance or even days in advance. And the absolute final definite came while we were on air. So then we had to, switch gears a little bit and make it happen.
Mr. Sutton, it was great. I thought it was great because it gives, now you have people have two contrasting sources of material to watch, and I thought it was great. Good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I only been at it, I think less than 3 months or so. Happy to have the opportunity through WBOK and Dr. White to join her to add a little bit of whatever I can add. And, she's a very passionate person, very knowledgeable person. I hope I'm bringing something that adds to the mix for
What you got tomorrow?
That show and for WBOK.
What's for tomorrow?
We're going to have Troy Henry on about in the 8 o'clock hour.
Great.
So we're going to talk trash some more.
Okay.
And we'll also look at the updates on the sheriff's office with the additional information the sheriff shared this afternoon.
Yeah. I know that was coming out. So very good, sir.
Yep.
Keep
Thank
up the
you,
good
sir.
work. We
Thank
appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so
Will
much.
Sutton,
Y'all
man.
have a great evening.
You too, sir. Appreciate you again. All right. That's going to wrap things up for me. You coming back next week?
Absolutely.
Thursday's your day here.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Vappy, y'all.
Talking with Zaddy.
That Zaddy, the Vappy the Zaddy.
Cut it out.
Not me. I ain't saying that. That's going to wrap it up, y'all. Carrie and also Arnie coming up next. We will see you on tomorrow.
Have a
Make
good
sure you
one,
check
New
it
Orleans.
WBOK online at WBOK1230.com.